Good evening, it's Quant Trade Edge, and today I wanted to go over the Nasdaq futures. We just had a breakout. So this is the trend channel off of the high in July. We've got 4 touches on top, 2 touches on bottom. It's a good looking channel. And then we broke out of it on November 7th. That was Tuesday. And then we had an inside day, and then we had this outside day, which really just served to go down and give us the retest. The next morning, Friday morning, we got a retest of the breakout and a big resumption in the trend. So after this breakout and this couple of days of consolidation pullback, there was a great opportunity to try to buy this retest of the trend line. And as you can see, blowing it up to a 15-minute chart, it didn't quite go down and touch the actual downtrend channel. But in terms of where to look to buy this, I'm going to go back to where this rally started. And we can put volume on here. That might help a little bit. Helps distinguish the pit session from the overnight session for sure. But let's go here. This nice big high volume bar was 830. So this was an opening bar, tested all the way down to here. And that low is 15,224. That's essentially where this breakout started. I mean, yes, there was a little bit of dribbling up the hour before the open, but this kind of encompasses that range already. So this 15,224 would be your buy spot on the pullback. And then the most logical place to put a stop would be this next swing below, which, if we were to put our Gann little arrows on there, just to show you what you can probably already visually see. But, these are all up. Here's a down. And then these are all up. So the downswing immediately below that 15,224 is 15,208. Maybe I should keep it on this size so you can see what happened when we actually get to those two levels. So we actually got to that level overnight at 5:15. So on Thursday evening, when the reopen was at 5 o'clock, and by 5:15 we tagged that 524 level, and by 6:30 we tagged 15,207.75. It would have taken out that 8 by 1 tick, and then rallied up, came back to retest the lowest 209 at 3:30 in the morning, popped up one final test at 5:30 in the morning to 207.25, and then this was essentially a trap, turtle soup, whatever you want to call it, tailing below and then pretty much straight up. The opening bar gives you a little bit of pullback, and then a little bit of pullback into the first hour, but pretty much a straight up move. So it just goes to show how precise some of these levels are. The logical thing to do would have been to buy 524 with the stop of 508, 507 3/4, but you see how it tagged exactly that level and exactly 2 ticks below. So it always pays to put your stop a little bit further below the exact spot, because that's a very obvious level that you could gun for to see if there was any stop orders, and really there were no stop orders below there, or there would have been a larger flush there, or that there was enough buying met that attempt that it rejected hard, especially these other rejections happened in the overnight session, so they're not as strong, but when it got tested down in the early morning session, that really got the rally going. So again, this was a great opportunity here on the 524. Just out of dumb luck, I used 204 as a stop, just to give it 4 points below that 208. And then I just forgot about it because I was asleep. And, it was good to see that, okay, the stop held, and then a higher low, but then this was actually a lower low. But by the time I noticed this 530, we were already past it. So with a 20-point stop, from 224, just within one day, got almost 300 points. That's what, 15 to 1, probably called a 14 to 1 ratio. Just into the open, you had about 100 and about 100 points, call it 100, a little bit over 100, which is still 5 to 1. Again, these situations are not frequent. You have these channels, break and retest. I believe gold has a decent channel going on right now. There's your channel, and your retest would be a little deeper. Maybe depending on when it comes in, could be as low as 1904, or lower if it comes in a little later. But here we had a clear breakout from a channel, getting a pullback. Remains to be seen if it goes all the way into the channel or just stops at this horizontal level. But again, just another thing to keep an eye on.